Well, let's turn to Greta Thunberg. She landed in Paris after being deported from Israel, and then she immediately again claimed she'd been kidnapped.
We were, on international waters. We were illegally attacked and kidnapped by Israel and taken against our will to Israel, where we were detained. And then some of us deported, some are still there. I wasn't able to say goodbye.
Are you worried about the others, that they might be detained for any length of time?
Yeah, I'm very worried about them.
Richo, come on. She was given a sandwich, some water, taken to safety. She needs to sit down with some actual former hostages who were kidnapped, doesn't she?
I think she needs to sit down with a therapist. I think that'd be the best shot for her. This is a troubled girl, in my view, and she needs professional help, the kind that you and I can't give.
No, indeed. But, you know, the world seems to, embolden her, encourage her. I mean, you know, we have been talking about it all week, and I regret that to a certain extent. But we're not the ones encouraging her. It's the international media. It's the human rights groups. It's the activists.
That's right. And she plays a role for those people. And I feel very sorry for her, because I feel like she's missed a lot of her childhood and a lot of growing up and a lot of things that kids do, because she's got a lot of media attention and she's just gone with that, Sharri. I thought, if I could just say, I thought you articulated this issue so well off the top of the show, and every little step that Australia makes as an umpire's call in favour of what they say is the Palestinian people is playing into the hands of Hamas. And I do think it does have an impact on what we see here socially, this anti-Israel movement that's driven by parts of the left-wing media, but we have seen day to day. Certainly when governments are making decisions, then it does encourage that environment. So I think people are starting to be deeply concerned by Penny Wong and Anthony Albanese, you know, making these odd decisions and favouring one side of this war, in this case, cuddling up to a terrorist group.
Oh, I know, it's pathetic. It really is. And I mean, Richo, you say she probably needs to see a therapist. Well, Donald Trump says she needs anger management training. Have a look.
Well, she's a strange person. She's a young, angry person. I don't know if it's real anger. It's hard to believe, actually. But I saw what happened. She's certainly different. Anger management. I think she has to go to an anger management class. That's my primary recommendation for her.
And probably a classroom, really, because with all the schools she missed, as James said, who knows if she can even read and write properly, Richo?
Well, I mean, I could forgive her if she couldn't read or write properly. She's been a professional agitator all her life, really. And so, you know, it's out of the cradle. And so she's got little experience of life and plenty experience of the kind of things that we don't like in life.
Indeed. Look, before we go, James Willis in the Daily Telegraph, you've been covering extensively this issue of the tobacco tax and the impact that it is having on the black market, of the illegal importation of cigarettes and the crime that goes with it. What have you been reporting in the past week? Well,
the main takeout, Sharri, is that Mark Butler and the Albanese government have completely failed in this regard. And the data that's come out in the last few days indicates that the illicit market for cigarettes alone could be worth up to 40% of the total market in play. Border Force is collecting and stopping, plus the ATO, a fraction of how big this issue is. We've got a tobacconist opening up on every street corner. We've had fire bombings. It is a direct link to criminal gangs. And we've got states that are relying on health officials to lead this problem. I mean, New Zealand, I don't know if they're right or wrong, but New Zealand has regulated vapes, and that means they can test them and they can get rid of the single-use ones, which are brightly coloured for kids. And that has stopped a lot of people smoking and linking and switching to vaping. So there's something in there. But Mark Butler's approach to this has been terrible. We're missing $6 billion a year in excise, but also we are not stopping enough people smoking and allowing criminal gangs to run the streets as a result.
Yeah, the policy settings have certainly created this market.
Totally.
That's safe to say. Now it's difficult to know what to do with it. Richo, what do you think? Do you think do you think the Treasurer, Jim Chalmers, should be lowering the tax to stop it going to the black market? Is that the solution here?
Well, I mean, you can do that. But look, I'm a fatalist here. I just don't believe you're going to fix it. I think the black market will beat you.
So it's done now. You'd give up.
It almost is.
You'd give up.
When you've got 20,000 tobacconists in New South Wales alone,
Yeah.
you're going to have to put 20,000 shut signs on. I mean, how can we have such a small 10% or 8% of people smoking and there's 20,000 tobacconists in New South Wales alone? Like, either people are smoking 5 packs a day or there's something not right in that system. They're the only business making money at the moment.
I mean, you said it's a failed experiment. You could take any product, hike up the taxes on it and create a black market, and that's what's happened.
Totally,
here. Yeah.
totally.
Right, James Willis, Graham Richardson, thank you both so much.